some user manuals kind, so that I for practice purpose and I need to prepare. I mean, subject wise. So is there anything else? So that also helpful
Yeah,
for. Yeah.
yeah, I'll get this and I'll share that. No issues.
Okay. Thanks a lot. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, yeah.
So every day, I
So
mean, morning
yeah,
timing, or I mean, yeah, do you have any other time? So for me, no issues. In the week, I mean,
okay.
you can put, I mean, in the morning or evening or after whatever it is. So I will make sure, I mean, free timing for you. No issues. Yeah, yeah,
Morning they should be fine. So
yeah, yeah.
probably evening if you are trying,
Yeah.
probably we can connect around
Mhm.
8:30 to 9:30 another session.
I mean, in the same day, or I mean, if I mean, if
Same day.
morning is not possible, evening timing likewise, you are deciding or how it will be.
No, that's what I'm saying. So if you are okay with this, to
Mhm.
have two sessions in a day, that is
Mhm.
morning, that is our regular time, that is 7:30 to 9 or
9:30.
9:30.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and also evening, probably 8:30 to 9:30. So if you are okay, we can have, or else we will
Yes.
have only for the morning session.
Yeah. So evening, okay. Evening, 8:30 to 9, 1 hour is okay, right? I mean,
Yeah, yes, yes.
okay, fine. So today, I think, I mean, it is not possible. Tomorrow, okay, you can keep, I mean, morning 2 hours and evening 1 hour, fine. So because today evening I need to, I mean, I supposed to visit my doctor also. That's the
Okay,
reason.
okay, fine, fine.
Yeah,
No
fine.
problem. We'll have it from tomorrow then. You
Tomorrow,
tell me when you are available, so accordingly we will plan.
fine. Okay, thanks.
Okay, fine. So we'll start. So to start with, so we'll start with inventory module, and then we will see the cost management, and then we will see the purchasing, and then we will see the P2P flow, and then probably we'll try to configure the R management, and then we will see the O2C cycle also. So this is our sequence of modules.
Okay,
And to start with, we'll start from inventory today.
okay, fine. Yeah.
Okay. So to start with, I'm going with the basic configuration, that is inventory organization, location, and the facility, all those configuration.
And the screen recorder is also, I mean, it is there, right?
Yeah, yes, yes. Screen is
Okay,
getting recorded. Yeah, it is getting recorded. So once this class is done, so I'll upload on the drive. So from
okay,
and I'll share you the link. So from
okay,
there you can download it.
fine. No issues. Thanks a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. So you
So,
are aware of this one, right? This project creation and these basic things. So that I can move to the inventory setups directly. Or else we can see from the scratch, that is project creation and all those things.
could you please repeat, Arun? I mean, for the.
Yeah, I'm saying so. If we want to start from the project creation and assigning the offering, we can start. Or if
Mhm.
you're good with that, we will start with the inventory setups, that is starting from the location creation and the other things.
Fine. See, you mean to say project? I mean, the creation is nothing but see. Once I mean, our finance side. I mean, they decide everything. I mean, initial all the structures. I mean, the
Yeah,
client sides. Yeah, the rapid implement. Their I mean values everything. So that is called a project, right? You mean to say? I mean,
yes,
initial configuration.
correct.
Yeah, that's it's not required. I mean, I'm aware of those. I mean, the basic things on the I mean.
Okay.
Those finance side and which interlinks, I mean, all the modules. Okay, that's okay. So if there any, I
Okay.
mean, if there any new thing or which connects, I mean, apart from project, I mean, that thing. So you can, I mean, highlight or you can show me those things. So if it is
Yeah,
nothing new,
yes.
we can proceed. Yeah, no problem.
Okay. Nothing new. I mean, the same thing. So I'll
Okay,
be saying that if there isn't any connection between what you call finance and SEM. So I'll be
okay,
highlighting that. So this I said for the basic configuration, the structure and the other parts. So
okay.
probably you might know. So we'll start from the
Mhm.
inventory setups.
Fine. Okay. So this is our fusion screen. I mean, the left side are the offerings. Am I
Yes,
right? Okay.
yes, correct. Let's say we will have offering. So
Mm-hmm.
whatever the offering that we have opted for, so we can change the offering. So
Yes,
from
yes,
here we can select either the required items or probably if I want to see all the items and do the configuration, so
mm-hmm.
I can select it.
Okay,
So we will
okay,
have a list of required items and the all the items for each one of the bot. That is, let's say the
mm-hmm.
financial reporting structure. So we will have all those details. So
Okay.
similarly, for all the items we will have.
Okay. So, you see,
So yeah,
sorry to interrupt you. Actually, in the
yeah,
finance, I mean, I've seen during very beginning of the projects. I mean, training starts. Previous my trainer also. I mean, instruct some basic. I mean, very important point. I mean, we have to assign role like functional setup manager. Similarly, for
mm,
inventory, also, do we need to assign, or I mean, nothing like
yeah,
that.
yes, we need a role. So
Okay.
once we are done with the configuration, we will have to assign the roles because before starting this configuration, if you see, we will
Mm-hmm.
assign a role called application implementation consultant. So that is for the configuration part. That anyway we will have even for the finance part.
Finance. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I'm here. Okay. Fine.
Yeah.
Thanks. Thanks. Yeah.
So after completing the configuration, we will have a set of other roles for testing the
Mm-hmm.
transactions and the other things like we have product manager, we have warehouse manager. So we have certain roles to be assigned.
Yes.
So
Yes.
once we are done with the configuration part, we will assign those roles as well.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then we will attach this role to the user. So, I mean, the inventory that we are creating. So
Mm-hmm.
after creating the inventory organization, what we will do is that we will attach this inventory org that we created with user and the role. So
Okay.
that is when we will get access to create the items and the other related setups.
Okay, fine, perfect. And Arun, I mean, as per our enterprise structure, I think our inventory starts from inventory master at the bottom of the structure. I think after which is business unit or
Hmm.
after below that. I think our inventory master organization will start, and from there it continues, right, for our SC.
Yeah,
Am I right?
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, correct. Item master. So
Okay.
item master we can have. So item master is basically a virtual office. So we don't have any physical office for item master. So how
Oh.
it will work is that
Mhm.
we have option to use either one particular item master for the entire structure or the entire
Mhm.
company, or
Okay.
probably we can use separate item master for each inventory organization. So based
Okay.
on the requirement, we can define. So we have two setups here. So one is
Mhm.
to define the item master, and the another one is to define the inventory organization.
Okay.
So items are created on the inventory organization. So this is
Okay.
only the physical, I mean the virtual office that we are trying to create, the
Fine.
item master.
Okay, okay. Sorry. Okay, you can continue. No issues. Thank you.
Yeah. So probably we will have multiple inventory organization that has to be created. So for each inventory organization, so probably we might have multiple addresses. So we will not have the same address for two inventory orgs. So we can make use of spreadsheet also. So if at all we want to load it, so we have the data ready from the legacy system. We have extracted it, so we can make use of this particular option called manage in spreadsheet. So this will allow us to just upload it. So we will not have to enter it every time. Okay. So this is just for one entry. So I'm just using the manual option in create location.
Nice.
So this location set as the RDS. So this again we created in the finance setup. So after
Oh,
completing our ledger, so when we are defining the business unit for payable or the receivable part, so we will
mm-hmm.
define the RDS. So I'm just copying from there. So I'm not creating a new one for inventory. I'm using the same thing.
Okay. Okay. So the location set is, I mean, similar to reference data set. Are it,
Yeah, location set basically refers or it links between the entities.
okay.
So if I use a location set as a BU set, which means I'm just using the same set that I used for the
Okay.
business unit called Metro MUR BU. So
Mm-hmm.
same thing I'm using. So that is kind of a linkage that I would like to use. Or
Okay.
probably if I want to create a new one, I can create and I can attach it here.
Okay.
So if I want to have a separate set only for the inventory specific, so that
Mm-hmm.
also I can create it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. You can continue.
Okay, so we are done with creating the location. So probably I'll complete this. I mean, I'll just submit this, and then we will have to create the shift. So shift is nothing but the working timing of an employee. Either it could be contractual or it could be a regular employment. So
Okay.
for them, we are just trying to create a shift.
Okay. But the shift timings are interlinked with HRMS, or is internally with our event?
Sorry, your voice is little low.
Yeah, yeah. I'm asking, I'm a doubt. I mean, this
Yeah,
shift timings is
yeah.
interlinking with the HRMS side onwards, or I mean, it is
No,
purely
no.
internally our inventory organization.
Inventory organization. So
Oh, oh,
shift is so that is different. Though the HCM part is different. So that we
oh,
have it with within the HRMS. I mean
okay.
HCM. So
Yes,
that
in.
that is different. So this shift, what we are referring is that our manufacturing,
Mm-hmm.
our warehouse shift that we are
Yes, yes.
understanding.
Got
Because
it, got
this we will not attach it with HCM. This instead this we will attach with inventory organization. So when we are creating this inventory organization, so we will have
it.
to give the shift. So that becomes the mandatory options to give.
Okay, okay, fine.
So this is related to inventory.
Okay, thank you. It's understand. Mm.
Okay. So these are the three setups that we will need to create the shift. So first
Okay.
is that facility shift,
Mm-hmm.
and second is that workday pattern, and third is that facility schedules.
Accept. Okay. Fine.
Okay, so so here what we are defining is that we are saying that starts from 9:30,
Mm-hmm.
and this is an 8-hour duration. So system automatically calculates from 9:30 to evening 6:30 or
Mm-hmm.
whatever time that we are giving the duration for.
Yeah. Yeah. Got it.
And we are categorizing this is not work from home, but it is work from office.
Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm.
And then we have the shift detail type. So whether it should be a punch in or whether it should be a flexible, whereas I'll adjust the timings or whatever I can give. So if I don't want to give these two options, I can simply select none and we can complete this setup.
Okay. Fine.
Okay, so this I'm creating just for 1 month. So usually it will be for a year. So I'm just for a testing thing. So I'm creating for 1 month. So I have given a start day and the end day.
Okay.
And we are attaching the shift that we created in the last step. So I'm just attaching it here.
Okay.
Okay. So here we have a few optional setups. That is, if I want to categorize this, so I can categorize, or probably if I want to give the quarterly basis for this, so that also I can give. Let's say I wanted to have 13 periods, so that is one adjustment and the same concept, one
Okay.
adjustment and 12 periods, so that I
Okay.
can give it. Or
Okay.
probably if we have 4 weeks, 4 weeks, so this
Okay.
option. So this is also the.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So the regular practice is that to use the 445. So this is
Okay.
the regular one that has been used for inventory part.
Okay. 4, 4, 5. I mean, sir,
Yeah, yeah,
uh,
445.
4, 4, 5 means, I mean, which is four, four. Sorry, four weeks in a month, and
Yeah.
5 days in a week. And what is another for Arun?
So this is like for January we have 4 weeks, and
Mm-hmm.
February we will have 4 weeks, and
Okay.
for March probably we will have 5 weeks. So that's what 445.
Oh, okay, okay, got it. I thought of it is 5 days in a week and 4 weeks in a month, and
Yeah.
okay,
So this is for the quarterly schedules basically.
okay, got it.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I'm just giving the effective date. So from which date to which date I want this particular schedule to be active,
Okay.
and then first day of the week. So there will be a few cases. It depends country to country. So if we take Middle East and the other countries, so it
Mm.
starts from Sunday. So accordingly, we can select the first day of the week.
Oh, yes. Mm.
Okay, so that's it. So we just attached the one that we created in the last setup.
Mm.
And let's say I wanted to add a few exceptions. That is, there will be a few cases wherein we will not work, or we might plan for production, these things, some
Mm.
maintenance activities. So those exceptions we can list it out here.
Mm. Okay.
So it will just say that if we have taken this day on
Mm.
middle of the week, so it will take probably the half of the thing. So it will just give kind of an warning. So
Mm.
we gave only first day, so we'll just skip this.
Okay. Yeah. Mm. Got
Okay, so we are done with the schedules and the shift creation.
it. Mm.
So the next step is to create the inventory organization.
Okay.
So first we will create the item organization, then we will create the inventory organization.
Mm.
So this I have created already, the business unit and the other options. So
Mm.
I'm just picking from there. So the Metro Express is the one that I created for the Mauritius inventory. So
Okay.
I'm just entering that.
Mm.
So based on that, this will be populated, the ledger and the legal entity. So legal entity, I created only one under this.
Mm.
So I'm just selecting that.
Fine, fine. So this item organization. So while defining, we are, I mean, assigning. I mean, as per the structure. I mean, ledger is also
Yes,
there, legal entity is also
yes,
there, and business. Okay, perfect. Yeah.
y-
The
yeah,
entire, I mean, hierarchy is attaching. Perfect.
yeah,
Got it.
yes, yeah. So we will define the structure basically after the initial CRPs. So
Yes,
then
yes,
we will have those details. So we will just attach it here.
yes. Perfect. Yeah. Now I got the some link case. Perfect. Fine. Thank you. Go ahead.
So I'm just attaching the location that we created in our first setup, the
First
location.
step. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
got it. First step. So this is item master organization.
Yeah. Yeah, so we have just attached the item master here. So it will say that this is our definition phase, and probably if we have any revision, so it will have the revision. So this is our initial item master creation. So it will say 0 always, since there is no update.
Mm.
Yeah, so this is created. So
Yes.
probably if I want to edit it, I can edit, or the parameter is the one that we attached it here.
Mm. Okay.
Okay, so we have created item organization. So we will create the inventory organization.
Okay. I think in the prefix M is a small letter. Arun.
Yeah, I can,
Similarly, like item organization, I think inventory also we are assigning primary ledger, legal entity, business unit,
yeah,
everything.
yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes,
and
yes.
location. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is where system will differentiate.
Mm-hmm.
So in the earlier stage, when we are creating the item master, if you see, so here the
Mm.
usage would be the item master, but here
Oh.
it would be the inventory management. So this is how basically we will differentiate whether this is an virtual office or this is the physical office that we have for
Mm.
inventory management.
Okay, fine.
Okay. So
Okay.
one additional thing that we will have here is that profit center business unit. So
Mm-hmm.
let's say
Yeah.
I have one business unit that has been attached with this inventory organization. And
Mm.
also apart from that, if I have a requirement to capture the profit center of any particular business unit, apart from this, so I
Mm.
can capture it here. But this is not mandatory option. So if I don't want, I can just remove this option.
Mm-hmm.
So if at all
So,
there is a requirement, we have this
yeah.
option as
So this profit center business unit, I mean, in which scenario in the real business, I mean, do you have any example? If you, I mean, if you don't have some no issues, you can skip it. And if you have
well.
the, I mean,
Yeah, so profit center business unit, at what case I will use is that, so let's say I have a requirement where
mm,
a client wants to see the profitability in terms of costing and the other aspects.
mm,
So
mm,
for those cases, what I can do is that I can enable it here as an
mm,
profit center business unit. So
mm,
now this becomes my reporting part in terms of profitability that they are making for the
okay,
particular inventory unit. So this I
mm,
can track it through this option called Profit Center for Business Unit. So
got
from
it.
here I can pull up the reports.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for the explanation, sir.
Yeah, so we are attaching the same location and these things.
Mm-hmm.
So this is basically picked up from this setup that we have done for business unit.
Mm.
Okay, so these will be the parameters for the inventory organization. So
Mm.
basically, we will have the item master. So the item master that we created is, let me pick the one item master that we created. Yeah. So Mauritius inventory is the one that we created as an master. So the
Mm.
inventory organization that we created is Mauritius inventory organization. So always we have an option to attach this particular unit as what you call the item master also. So that's
Mm.
why if you see the org that we created as an inventory org also been shown here.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
But we created separately, so I'll attach this one.
Yeah.
And if I want to create an referencing organization so that I can attach it here, but I'm not creating referencing. So referencing in the sense I have a parent one. So under that I'm creating the second inventory organization. So that we call it as a referencing organization. So we are defining at the initial phase. So I'm attaching this as a definition phase.
Okay.
I mean definition organization.
Mm.
Okay. And then here we have the schedules. So schedules we have created in our second step.
Yeah.
So let us second.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have defined it. I mean, we have just attached it. And then we have the locator control. So what is locator control is that it will enable us to track the item in a specific, it is kind of a tracking ID. So with this, we'll be able to identify in terms of on and quantity and the other aspects.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So this we will see when we are defining the items and the other parts. So for
Mm-hmm.
now, I'm just giving this as a no location locators used. So I'll
Okay.
change it when we are seeing the item and the other parts, and then we will see that how this locator control is used, or probably how it has been determined at sub inventory level.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Likewise, I mean, somewhere it is linking with a warehouse or raw material storage. Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, it is used primarily for item tracking and the other things. So,
Okay.
wherein this particular locator control will help us in terms of identifying the stock of an item in the
Mm-hmm.
particular given warehouse or
Oh,
the sub inventory. So, this works at sub inventory level.
okay.
So here if you see, so we
Mm.
have three options. So first option is that previously defined thing. So whatever we have defined it already, so I'm just using this. Or
Mm.
probably I want dynamic entry. So which
Okay.
means I will just enter it. So I will not have a separate key fetch field for this. So we
Mm-hmm.
have a separate key fetch field that we will define for the locator controls.
Mm-hmm.
And after defining those key fetch fields, what we will do is that we will attach it here,
Okay.
and we will mention that particular fetch field values there in the sub inventory. So when we are creating the sub inventory, so we
Mm-hmm.
have an option to enter the locators as well. So which
Okay.
will help in terms of tracking.
Mm.
So that we can enable it here. So if at all I wanted to enable at sub inventory level, so I can enable locator control determined at sub inventory level.
Mm.
Okay. So for this we will have to create the key flex field. So we
Okay.
will complete this basic setups and we will create the key flex fields, and then we will attach it, and then we will change the setups, and we will create the sub inventories.
Fine. Fine. We'll say. Okay.
Yeah. And then on the right hand side, we have a few controls. So if I want to have the negative balance, So which is item will be in -1, -2. So if I want to have that, I can probably enable this option.
Okay. Mhm.
And similarly for the on and quantity also.
Mhm.
And then if I want to use the original receipt number, so that I can use it. And then reorder quantity and the other controls.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
And then if I want to for the back orders or the other controls, and if I want to use the current item cost, so I can enable this option. So I don't want to give current item cost at this point, so I'll just
Okay.
leave this unchecked for now.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay. And then these are like additional options, the manufacturing plant setup and the other things. So
Mhm.
if this particular inventory is nothing but my manufacturing plant,
Mhm.
so I can set up this as an manufacturing plant.
Okay.
Okay. So I can enable this as an maintenance activities also. So this will kind of a link between the manufacturing module and the inventory.
Okay.
So this is it.
Mhm.
Okay. And then if I want to do any third-party integration, so I can specify the details here. So
Mhm.
details in the sense we will not give their application and those technical details. So it is
Mhm.
basically after creating the vendor and these things, so we will attach that particular third party logistics. So let's say I have an business process in a way that I will not handle the items directly. So this will create additional cost for me. So
Okay.
instead, what I will do is that I will manufacture the items and I will keep this ready, and I will intimate this to my what I call the third party logistics
Mhm.
through ASN.
Okay.
So this ASN is nothing but advance shipment notice. So
Mhm.
this notice will trigger to the respective party, that is third party logistics, and he will come and pick up the items.
Okay.
So here, if I want to set up this particular person called third party logistics, so which
Mhm.
means I'm not using my in-house logistics. I'm hiring a person for this. So that I can set it up here.
Mhm.
Okay, so he'll be created as a separate supplier. I mean, so if I want to use the supplier for the contract and the other things, so that also I can attach it here.
Okay.
If I enable this option, I'll be able to attach the third party
Mhm.
supplier also. Like there will be few cases wherein let's take this pipe and this manufacturing. So this
Mhm.
will be a 6 months project. So project module will be used more there. So in this case, what will happen is that I will have a contractor for each activities. It's not that I will manufacture everything because
Mhm.
I wanted to do some cost cutting also. So as a part of it, what I will do is that I'll give certain activities for contract vendors, so that I
Mhm.
can link it here, the in the second option.
Mhm.
Okay. So similarly for the customers, if I want to link the customers, so I can enable here.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
And then we have the movements. So movements is nothing but once the manufactured items are ready to be shipped, or probably it might be an internal order that will move from one inventory to other inventory. So let's
Mhm.
say there is a requirement that we need, let's say 10,000 quantities of certain product. So this
Mhm.
item is not there in the given inventory, but the nearby inventory or the other inventory, which can be reachable. So that has probably the 20,000 units. So we will create an internal order and we will transfer from one inventory to other inventory.
Mhm.
So those moments probably we can give the replacement and the pick slip. So those details we can give it here.
Mhm.
So this is not the actual pick slip configuration that we are doing it here. So this is only the log level, the size and the performance related things that we can just give the size of the batch. So this is kind of a certain controls. So we don't need to give all this information. So these are like additional information if we want to capture. So the mandatory informations are only these things: the defining the item or and setting up the schedules of the shift and the other controls. So this becomes our mandatory things. So these are like optional things. So if there is some requirement, so we can utilize these options.
Okay, got it. Yeah, sure.
Okay. And then we have the lot and serial number and these things. So this also we will see when we are seeing this locators. So lot controls is nothing but the batch process, how we wanted to so basically when we manufacture an item, so always it will be a lot. So
Yeah.
after creating the lot, basically this will go to a separate department, and from there basically it will move to the particular packaging and assembling and the other departments.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. So that's the thing. And if I want to give the item sourcing details, I can give here. So we will have to define the picking rules and the other things in order management, and then probably we will see these details.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
And
So
sorry
yeah,
to interrupt.
yeah,
For the, I mean, for this item serial number or lots or these
yeah,
things. So, is there any option? I mean, in general, for example, if I go, I mean, some supermarkets are very big markets. Like, I mean, there will
yeah,
be having some scanning and yeah, some
yes,
on the barcode. So, where
yeah.
can I find that kind of input? Yeah, is there any upcoming training sessions, or is it there in our in this screen that kind of, I mean, barcode?
Barcode integration, that is different. So barcode integration, how it will happen is that basically we will set up the serial number generation. So here if you
Oh,
see, so we
mhm.
have this serial number that we can set up at multiple levels. So based on the company's requirement. So what
Yeah.
we will do is that this serial number generation, this we will match it with the sequence that is being given by barcode. So barcode is nothing but we don't have a standard this thing. We have standard APIs,
Yes,
but
yes.
to integrate this barcode with our Fusion application, basically we will procure from the third party and we will make use of the standard APIs, and we
Okay.
will give the sequence here, and this sequence will be matched up there.
Fine,
But
fine.
when we are scanning a barcode, basically system will verify this individual sequence number, and
Mm-hmm.
it will say that this is a valid record and this can be sold or whatever, purchased or
Correct.
anything.
Okay. Fine.
Yeah, so that is the relation.
Mm-hmm. Got it. Thanks. Thanks.
Yeah. Okay, so that's on the inventory parameters configuration.
Okay. Fine, fine. Mm-hmm. So after inventory organization, what is the uh, setup?
Yeah, next step is that sub inventories.
Okay, okay. Got it. Fine.
Okay, so we have selected our inventory organization, that is Mauritius INV org is the one that we created.
Okay.
And now under this, we will create probably two these things, sub inventories.
Okay. Excuse.
Okay, so here we have a few controls. Like if you see, we have the material status, and then if I want to say this as an storage unit, or this is the unit that I'll use to receive the items. So that I
Hmm.
can specify. So either I can select the storage or I can select the receiving.
Okay.
Okay. And a locator, we will see it separately after this. So for now,
Okay.
I'm just giving without locator controls.
Hmm.
Okay. So I'm just clicking done.
Okay.
And location, if I want to give, I can give. So this is optional setup because it's not that always we will have the sub inventory as an separate location. So it might be a unit under one particular manufacturing plant. So
Hmm.
probably I'll have four or five units. So I will not have different address in this case. So that is the
Okay.
reason this is an optional configuration for us. But if I
Hmm.
want to use it, I can use this. I can just give the address that we created in earlier
Yeah.
setup.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
And then if I want to create this sub inventory as an asset article, if I want to use it for the asset purchase, so I can
Hmm.
use this as an asset inventory also.
Okay. That checkbox. Okay. Hmm. Yeah.
Okay. And other things are like in terms of manufacturing, so the lead days for the pre-processing, processing, and
Hmm.
post-processing. So that becomes our assembling and
Hmm.
those parts. So till the package is done, it is ready for shipment. So that is the process that we call it as lead time.
Hmm.
And then sourcing. So source for this particular unit. So from where it should pick from. So if at all we have a requirement wherein it should pick from any particular unit, so
Hmm.
that I can specify it here.
Okay.
So for now I'm just giving without sourcing.
Okay.
Okay. So we created one unit for storage. So I'll just
One for.
create one for the receiving also.
Yeah.
Okay. So here only mandatory option is this one to give the location. Because the reason being is that so receiving will have a separate location. So the storage unit can be different. So storage inside one manufacturing plant, probably I'll have four or five also. But whereas the receiving part, it is the place
Sorry,
where we are
your voice is
receiving the
breaking,
items.
I guess. I mean, it's me.
Uh, am I
Voice
audible
breaking.
now? Is this
Yeah,
fine?
yeah. No, it's like I mean some blur kind of voice is coming at the end.
Okay, give me a minute.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, now it is okay, I guess.
Hello.
Yeah, now it is okay.
Yeah,
It's good. It's
oh,
nice. Yeah.
okay. Okay, so that's what I was saying that for receiving we will have definitely location because we will not receive inside one particular unit. Let's say I have a manufacturing plant, so I will
Mm,
not have two different receiving unit under one manufacturing plant. So that is
mm,
the reason the location becomes mandatory here. But for
mm,
storage, I can have multiple storage units under one particular unit. So that becomes optional. I mean, location becomes optional there.
Okay.
Okay. And then locator controls, we did not enable it. So that's why if you see the default locators will be grayed out.
Great. Yeah. Mm,
Okay. And these are like optional options. So we will see it later stage.
okay.
So for now, I'm just creating with the mandatory inputs. So I'm just creating one receiving SB also. Okay. Yeah, so we are done with SPU creation. So next setup is to create the item class. Okay, so this is the place where we'll create the item class. So basically, what is item class is that this is kind of a template wherein I will use this as a base to create my items. So let's say I wanted to give a few parameters only for this particular item creation. Let's say this is an item which I will use for purchasing, and this is the item that I will use for sales. So I have two different. Hello. Yeah. Okay. 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 Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Sure. Yeah. Yes.